So as I've said, this course is about private label. In one of the other modules earlier, we talked about all the different ways that you can sell on Amazon and make money, but we're focusing on private label for one main reason. I believe it's the one where you have the most control and you can make the most money. Private label is the type of selling where you can actually build a true brand and then you can leverage that and sell that potentially to an aggregator who buys up different e-commerce brands, or to a strategic partner that actually could be a Procter & Gamble if you have a cleaning product that wants that to add that into their line of products or something. That's a strategic buyer. Private label allows you to actually create something from scratch or something that already exists. So you may have an idea in your head for a product and you could develop that and actually build that into a true brand, and that's a private label product. It's your own product. You got your own label on it, your own name on it. Or you could actually go and find something that already exists on the marketplace. Someone has already done all of the development work, all the engineering, all the molds and design and everything, and you can make that your own by either simply just putting your logo on it and selling it as your own. It could be like a flashlight. And if it's a flashlight and it says maybe a Kevin's brand, that could be the same flashlight could also say U.S. Army, for example. And they're the same product, but two different brands. That could be private label. Now, I don't recommend you do that because that's very difficult to actually make money selling on Amazon. You need to actually differentiate the product. So just sticking your name on it is not going to be good enough. It was 7-8 years ago selling on Amazon. You could go to a website called Alibaba, alibabi.com. It's also included in the Helium 10 tools and the X-ray tool, where it will actually search this website and give you approximates of prices for different items. But Alibaba is probably the best known. It's not the only one. And when we get to the sourcing module later, we're going to talk about several other websites that you can go to where you can actually find manufacturers and find where to source products and how much they're going to cost you and so on. But one of the things you want to do is you want to differentiate the product in some way. That's crucial today. And now differentiation could be as simple as you change the colors or you change the design a little bit. It could be you bundle things together where maybe if it's a big flashlight for camping, you also bundle it with a lantern, or you bundle it with something for the car, or if it's a toothbrush and toothpaste would be an idea of bundling. You add something extra of value to that product that makes it different. Or you, like I said, you change the product, or you change the packaging, you put it in cooler packaging. Sometimes people buy just because of the packaging. You know, you go into the liquor store and you're looking at all the different vodkas in a liquor store. Some of them are in cool bottles the shape of a guitar. Some of them are in just a standard vodka looking bottle. Some of them are in a box. A lot of times there's not much difference between those vodkas. And all the difference is the packaging, and that's the differentiator. So you can differentiate with packaging. You can also differentiate with licensing. Licensing, in a later module, a fellow named Paul is going to be talking about licensing and what you can do with licensing. Back on that flashlight example, if I come out with a flashlight and I call it, maybe I find somebody on Alibaba, which is the big website where you can find manufacturers, mostly in China, but there's also manufacturers in other countries. I find someone that can sell this flashlight for, make me this flashlight for $3. It's big, tactical flashlight that you can, like a policeman's flashlight or something. And if I put my brand name on it, if I call it Kevin's Flashlights, nobody knows who Kevin's Flashlights is. I'm going to have to do a lot of marketing and make sure I have a really good product and make sure I get some good reviews to really build that up. Or I could go out to a company like the U.S. Army and I can license their name. I have to pay a fee, about 6 to 7% of every sale, depends on the license. And I could say, look, if you'll let me make this a U.S. Army flashlight and put your logo on there, I could take that same $3 flashlight and put the U.S. Army on there and maybe sell it for $30 or $40 versus if it had Kevin's Flashlights as a brand name, maybe I could only get 15 or 20 bucks for it. Exact same product, just a differentiating price. Another way you can differentiate on your products in private label, besides the packaging or licensing, is in how you present it. I'll give you an example later in another module of some, and I'm actually going to show you the actual product in one of my products in the interlude later on, that will actually, where we took dog treats and we differentiate them. Everybody else has put them in a plastic package. We put them in a nice cigar type of box and did some other cool stuff. We read all the reviews of all the products and we see what people are complaining about. We fix those problems. And we emphasize that in the new product, and it did well. So that's where private label comes in, and that's where you can build a true following and a true brand around your product, and actually branch off onto that and start with one product and hopefully evolve that into multiple products that ideally target an avatar or a specific type of customer profile. If you're just selling cooking products, you might start off with cooking products, or maybe you're going to niche down even further, and it's going to be products that are cooking but only for grillers. So everything you do is for grilling. It could be the tongs, it could be the gloves, it could be the thermometers, everything around that brand, so that people who buy one are like, oh, also that one was pretty good, I want to buy this one from the same brand. So that's where private label comes in, why it's so valuable. Private label also is, like I said in the example earlier, is like in your supermarket, there's private label soda. You have the Coca-Cola and the Pepsi, and then next to it is the house brand soda. A lot of times those are made in the same factory. Sometimes they even taste the same. Sometimes they taste different, but sometimes they taste the same, or they're made of the same ingredients. But that's the local store's brand that they're selling, and they have a bigger margin on those brands, even though they're selling them cheaper. And so that's why private label is so good too, is because it has much better margins than a lot of other things. So what we're going to be showing you in this course is everything private label based, and how to find those opportunities, how to develop those opportunities, how to market those opportunities, how to make your product unique and different, and give you a really good chance for success. We'll see you in the next module.